Today is Dean from Detecta Leak. Today we're going to do a tutorial video on a general domestic property. We'll do carry-through leak detection testing methods such as audio testing, tracer gas testing, thermal imaging and CCTV inspections. We will also go through the process from start to finish, from when entering the property to when leaving the property. When arriving at a property, your first point of call is always to monitor the meter. Go through, inspect, watch it for about 5 minutes to see if there's consumption. Once the meter has been monitored, the introduction of our first testing method will be carried out. Audio testing with the handheld unit will be done. It's pretty simple equipment to use. Put the earphones in your ears. Remove the housing of the meter so you can access the inlet pipe from the meter. Simply place the point of the audio equipment upon the bend and pull the trigger on your finger. As it stands at this property, there's no consumption, there is no audio noise noted, so we will then move into the property boundary. Once the meter has been monitored and you've entered the property, you would need to go around the area and inspect where risers and supplies would exit the ground and supply different sections to the house. In this instance, we have multiple valves here which supply different areas to the premises. Sectional pressure testing can be carried out by isolating each individual valve and seeing which one affects the consumption on the meter. Yes. The FSB8 is used by placing it on any visible water piping. Once you want to listen, you just pull the trigger on the handle. The purpose of this is to minimize the area of the property. If a water loss noise is noted, this will indicate that the leak would be in the area of the riser that exits the ground. Audio testing has two different units which we use on a daily occasion. One is the handheld unit. This handheld unit can get placed on any visible water pipe. Such as you see below, you just place it onto the pipe, pull the trigger and listen for a water loss noise. In this instance, there is a noise on this riser. What we'll then do is go through to our second one, which is the floor pod. Audio testing with the floor pod is used on solid surfaces such as concrete, tar, paving or internal tiled areas. You just need to turn the machine on, put the earphones on, and the floor pod which you see here will need to be placed along the solid surface as such. The pod will be moved along the estimated area of the leak or water pipe, and you will find when nearing the leak that the audio noise will increase. Pressure testing is a method used in underground leaks. This method helps you determine whether there is a leak on hot or cold water piping systems. This can be used internally or externally and can be connected to any supply. This method also helps to determine whether the meter is defective in the consumption shown. So once the pressure testing and audio testing has been carried out, the third method for underground leaks used is tracer gas testing. Tracer gas testing is carried out through the same area that the pressure test was carried out. You run your hose from the van and connect it to the gauge. Leave the water isolated on the meter and turn the regulator to the static pressure supplied from the municipality. Once the gas is pumped into the system, it will replace the water in the piping. This machine will be used to detect the hydrogen in the gas. You would simply switch the machine on and allow it to calibrate. This is the sniffer unit that will pick up the hydrogen. The probe will be held approximately about 100 ml off the floor, and you'll basically walk the line that the assumed area of the water piping is. That siren going off is indicating that hydrogen has been detected. Simply remove the probe from the area and re-put down to confirm that the gas is still detected. This is necessary as the hydrogen can blow in the wind if there's wind, giving you a false detection of gas. As you can see, it is not picking up the gas now, so we will continue on the route of the pipe. As you see, the siren has gone up vertically, indicating the leak to be there. As I said before, remove the probe away from the area and repeat the technique. As you see, it is continuously going off. This will indicate that the leak is here. So as shown in the previous video, that was for domestic property. The same techniques and methods of testing will be used. However, on a commercial property, the scale of the water systems are a lot larger than the domestic property. So what we do to minimize the gas usage to the clients, we then blend the gas with the air. So we will bring a compressor onto site. We will then put a T-bar into the point that we are gassing into, which separates into two separate pressure gauges. This one will be coming from the compressor itself and pumping air into the line. This one will be coming from your gas bottle. What we usually do in this instance, we will then pressurize the line up with the compressor and fill it with air. Once the line is to the static pressure of normal operating procedure, we will then start blending in the gas. So if you would open your air supply, let that fill and charge the line up to the required pressure. Once that is pressurized up, you will then start feeding in your gas. We usually open it about halfway to let the gas just bleed through. Like I said, this will minimize the gas usage to the clients, thereby leaving us enough gas in our bottles to find the leak and leaving the clients happy by leaving the cost of gas used on site down to a minimum. CCTV inspections are usually used to determine any defects in a stormwater or sewer line. This can determine whether you have any breaks in your line, backfall, or blockages. You simply take the head of the camera and insert it into the downstream line of the sewer line or stormwater. Once it is not, you can zero the machine by using the two green buttons. One is for zeroing it and one is for imperial to metric measurements. Once that is done, you first turn on the monitor by pushing the power button. Once the power button has been initiated, you will then turn on your LED. The LED is the lights on the head of the camera. This has 4 settings, from 0 up to 4. That will brighten up the light depending on the size of the pipe. The smaller the pipe, the lower the lights on the LED. Once you see a clear picture on the monitor, push the record button. This will cause all of the CCTV survey to be recorded onto the SDS card. Once the recording thing has acknowledged, you then just simply push the camera head through. Remember not to use it as a as a drain rod, as it is not there to unblock or clear the line. It is there simply to survey. Tracer gas testing is a very good method of using to find underground leaks. However, when using them in commercial and domestic properties, the area that the gas is located can be compromised due to various issues. For instance, if there's a concrete stand or driveway area that is very thick, the gas cannot permeate through that surface. Therefore, it will just hit the underside of it, go through until it finds a weak point in it, and then pop up and surface. To avoid this, we try cross-reference this with our audio testing with the floor pot. Sometimes in the commercial properties, it is needed to drill a search pattern into the concrete surfaces. So what will happen is you'll come through with your drill, find the area that the gas is detected. You will then do a search pattern. So in other words, you will drill a hole through the concrete stand or surface every 1 meter to 600, dependent on where the gas is located, approximately 3 to 4 meters either side. You will then redo your tracer gas testing and see which area that the gas picks up stronger than the rest. We refer to this as a search pattern and is usually used in commercial properties.